Vladimir Putin, Russia's president, has announced this week that Russia will not be pressing ahead with the construction of the South Stream gas pipeline to countries in the European Union like Bulgaria, Austria and Hungary. This was a surprise announcement made by Mr. Putin at a meeting in Turkey with his counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The South Stream pipeline is something which the Russian leadership has been wanting to build for some time for a number of reasons. First, it wants to try and find a way of supplying gas to countries in the European Union which bypasses Ukraine. Because so much gas passes from Russia through Ukraine to countries like Germany and so on, the Ukrainians are in a very strong position to control and obstruct that passage of gas if they so wish. So finding an alternative is important. And the second reason is that, generally speaking, the Kremlin under Putin is more and more keen to emphasize and underline its influence with countries in the Balkans and in Eastern Europe, making them dependent on Russian energy in the way in which the three Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania, are dependent on the Russians. However, Mr. Putin has been forced to give up on this. There are a number of reasons for that. It's always been regarded by investors as a very expensive project. But more importantly, the European Commission in Brussels has insisted from the start that it will not allow European Union countries to sign deals with Russia for this gas because it believes that the Gazprom project violates European Union competition rules. The fact that Bulgaria and Hungary have basically stood up to President Putin and decided not to sign this is a sign of European Union strength on a very important matter of energy. This is a setback for President Putin, and he has tried to make up for this by emphasizing that Russia has friends and allies elsewhere. He made the announcement in Turkey next to Mr. Erdogan, saying at the same time that Russia would now press ahead with the provision of gas through a new pipeline from Russia to Turkey. But the view of many experts is that this is just a fig leaf and it's not entirely clear that this new pipeline will be built. Mr. Putin is also putting a lot of emphasis on developing trading links with China in the area of energy, using Western Siberian oil fields to pump more and more gas to the Chinese. But it's not clear at what price the Chinese are willing to buy those stocks of Russian energy, and it would have been helpful to Mr. Putin if he had been able to press ahead with South Stream and show the Chinese that there are alternatives if they do not wish to achieve a satisfactory price as far as Russia is concerned. All in all, this has been a setback for the Russian president and for the Russian economy more generally. Russia is already suffering from the dramatic decline in the price of oil over recent weeks, and it has also been hit hard by the effect of European Union and US sanctions as a result of its incursion into Ukraine and its annexation of Crimea. This is James Blitz, leader writer for the Financial Times.